Hey, it's Arfon with Grow Automate Scale, and welcome back to the Successful Lead Generating Coaches Show. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 5 levels of awareness, and we're going to break this down for a coaching and funnel strategy because one of the biggest mistakes I see is that coaches are making funnels that do not meet their ideal client at the level of awareness that they need to meet them at. And what ends up happening is that you start seeing lower conversion rates. Lower conversion rates for freebie signups, where if 100 people hit the page, maybe 15, 20 are signing up or less. That's pretty poor conversion rate. If it's a live event, that could be okay, but still 25, 30%, 40% is where you really want to be. This lets you know that you're really speaking to the audience in a really good way to where they're going to convert better. Okay? Even higher than that. If you can get above 40%, above 50%, this is where we see some of the best advertisers that we work with. The clients that get the best results, this is where they're at. They're above 40% conversion rates for their offers. Even if it's a live training, they're getting a higher than average and higher than the standard conversion rate. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about the 5 levels of awareness. So the 5 levels of awareness, just really quick, is completely unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. Okay, so let's dive into these right here. The first one, completely unaware. These are the audience. They don't know they have a problem. They're feeling the effects of the problem. They feel the discomfort. They're burned out. They're seeing inconsistency or lack of results. So if you have your coaching business and you're seeing that you're posting constantly, but you're not really getting leads, and it's leading to burnout. It's like you're sick and tired. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just creating content. I'm not seeing any really much. I'm not seeing things happening from it. There's a lack of results, and it can be super defeating. Okay, so what happens is that the messaging, the sell won't work here. The audience, they need just a lot of empathy. They need identification. They need to be seen, and they need you to kind of show them themselves. Okay, so this is often where relatable stories come into play. So if you're using your advertising, this is where your ad copy should have a story inside of it, right? I share my ad copy formula, and part of that is to relate. Okay, so the first thing is to have a question or a statement. So this question or statement has to be able to reach them where they are, and they're completely unaware. And then the next thing is that to relate. So you want to share relatable stories, okay? And this, if you're doing things organically, you can also do like lifestyle contrast post, or increasing more of your long form content. These things can often get people from a completely unaware level to at least becoming the next level, which is problem aware. Okay, so now they know something is wrong, right? They have awareness of something is wrong. Like they're hammering, they're posting consistently, and they're not getting leads. Something is wrong. The content is not working correctly. Okay, or for example, if it's your advertising, you're running ads, you're getting a lot of clicks, but people aren't converting. You're like, okay, well, something is wrong, and they know something is wrong, but you're not even sure where to fix it. They have no idea where to fix it. They don't know where to look. Is it the ads? Is it the landing page? What is it? Right? So there's a problem, and don't know how to fix it. So, and usually our clients they come to me and they're like, why aren't our ads working? Or they're trying to figure out how to grow their membership, or they want to know how to run ads to a launch. They're doing organic launching, and they may be signing up maybe 5, 10 clients, and they want to get 25. They want to get 30 clients into their high ticket group coaching program, right? That's where group coaching programs typically get the best results at 20, 25 people or more, because there's enough members in that program to where they can feed off of each other, and there's a lot more action. That's not to discredit anyone who's running a coaching program and you have 5, 6, or even 10 people in there. Those are also super effective too as well, especially like super high level masterminds is great. Okay, so just for the purposes on here, we want to, when someone's in the problem aware area, they don't really want a solution yet. They want understanding. They want to start understanding why they have this problem to begin with. Because once they know why, that's when they're able to now say, okay, now I'm gonna look for the right solution, because I know I have an understanding of what my problem is, and I know what I need to fix, and I need to get the right resources to help me get that fixed. Okay, so in terms of content, this is really the pain point call outs. This is where your ads are speaking to those who have that problem, and a lot of ads start here. They start problem aware. So again, question or statement. This is typically a question or a statement to let somebody know that they're problem aware. Okay, so maybe someone's like tired of posting on social media, not seeing enough leads. That is a very big problem, right? Someone really have, or let's say you have a membership and you're not able to outgrow churn. That's a problem. They're aware of that. Like I have a membership, I'm able to add 5 or 10 clients, but I'm also losing 5 or 10 clients at the same time. Okay, they want to get understanding of what that problem is before they can go to the next level, which is solution aware. And this is where now this audience knows that solution exists, but they're unsure which is right. They're like, okay, well, I know what my problem is. Now I know there's solutions for that, but which is the one? Which is the one for me? So I have a consistency of lead problem. I'm posting all over the place. I'm doing all these things, but I'm not getting enough leads. And I know, hey, there's actually some solutions out there for my problem, but they're not sure which one. Is it going to be? Do I do a webinar? Do I do a master class? Do I do a challenge? Do I get a VA to just do my cold DMs for me? What exactly? Which way do I go? It can be a lot. It can be very overwhelming, and often this is where they start comparison shopping. And I can tell when someone's comparison shopping, especially if I get a DM and the very first thing is like, "Hey, Arfan, what do you charge? What do you charge to get a launch set up or something like that?" Before even saying like, let me get a look at what you already have, I could tell like, okay, you're just really doing a lot of comparison shopping. Or if they ask me like, what does my service have, I could tell, and there's nothing wrong with this. They're looking for a solution. Okay, and this is where I know they're looking for a solution, and I still offer like, hey, let's get on one of my scale with ask call, and let's see what you got, so that way I can see if the solution I have is a good fit for you. I want to make sure it's a win-win. I want to make sure it's a win-win for all the clients we work with, so that way it's we're going in with both of our best foot forward. Okay, so content wise, even for advertising, this can also look like case studies or anything you have for results, proof, screenshots, things like that. Testimonials, they all work really good. This is also a great time to also introduce your framework. So your framework, like if you have a unique framework for your business. So we use a few frameworks in ours. We have the ATM, the Ask the Member formula. We have our gas model. So there's a few different models that we use when we work with our clients to help them get better results. So one of the cool things too as well is that in this solution phase, the more effective you are at communicating how your solution is going to help them, in a not in a competitive way, not like, oh, I'm better than this, I'm better than them because we do this different than they do. That could be sometimes maybe even off-putting, right? More times clients are they're really looking for the solution. Again, that's going to be that win-win, that they feel a great level of comfort with that person, and they also trust that, again, based off of what they know of their problem and what solutions they've been looking for, they have a trust that, hey, you are the person who's going to really help me. Okay, so you want to kind of bring them there now. Okay, so now you have people who are product aware. They know your offer, but they're not sold yet. They're lurking, they're watching, they're on your email list. They come up with objections, the most common objections, right? Price, time, and will it work for me? Okay, these objections are across the board. I've been helping clients launch for going on in October. It's gonna be 6 years, and it never fails that every single launch, price is an objection. Every single launch, time is an objection. Every single launch, will this work for me, is an objection. It never fails. And again, this is where now you're going to be doing a lot more. So typically in the solution aware, testimonials do pretty good. Testimonials also do really good too as well in the product aware, especially if someone's been following for a while. And then they can see new testimonials coming up. That way it just shows that, hey, okay, they're getting results for other people and it's consistent. I've been following them for years and I'm seeing different testimonials, things like that. It's also really great at this point to also show behind the scenes or even break down the return on investments. Like I've done case studies before of a 100K launch, a 300K launch, and I've broken down how you can grow your memberships, things like that. You want to break these things down. One of my recent content was the launch math calculator of how to actually math out how much you're going to spend on your ads, because you don't want to spend on money kind of projecting and predicting that, hey, it's going to be a loss. Okay, we want to do this because we're trying to make some money here. We want to help people out, of course, right? That comes with part of that. It comes with earning some money, earning some income, right? You want to make some money. So you can also introduce like myth busting type of content, and this can often be in ads where you can bust a myth, or you can even show behind the scenes. There's a lot of different ways you can really come up with this, right? And a lot of times this is during the sales process. So the earlier processes of completely unaware, problem aware, solution aware, these are often the lead generation, the nurturing, and the warming up phase. And now we are in the product aware. This is typically when you're in the active sales phase of a launch, when your leads are now at that product aware level. Okay, so this is where you want to start introducing like urgency offers, limited spots. Like, I'm all for real deadlines. I don't like the fake stuff. Like, yeah, this offer is going to be ending on this day right here. If that's the case, then it's gonna end. Right? Make it real. Don't make it fake. It just puts a lot. I think it just puts a lot of pressure on everybody that's unneeded, and there's a certain energy that can go behind that to when it's just a crazy false urgency. So before I keep ranting on these certain things here, urgency. Your urgency will make a really difference. Have limited spots. If your coaching program is 20 spots, it's 20 spots. Okay. And you also want to talk about why now, because again, these audience is product aware, they're solution aware, and they're trying to really get this done now. They're not saying I have this big problem, I have this big issue, but you know what? I'm gonna wait until next year to solve this problem. I want to keep this pain. I like the pain so much that I really want to just enjoy it. You don't really get a lot of people who do that, unless they're they got something going on that they need some help with psychologically. And I hate to even say that sometimes. I'm a big person on mental health, but so I jokingly say that. So you want to make sure that there is a definite messaging that's telling everyone, hey, now is the best time. Okay, now is the best time to solve this. Now is the best time to take action. Okay, and then the last phase is the most aware. And this is where they know you, they know the offer, and they're basically ready to buy. Often, these are the people who are, when you're in your launch, these are the fence sitters. They're just sitting on the fence. They may have actually been with you 2 launches, 3 launches, 4 launches, 5 or 6 launches. And they're pretty hot leads. They're one conversation or one DM away. They just need a nudge. They need to see that. They need to see one more piece of something for whatever reason. I had a coach a few years ago, Bobby Klink, and he had a saying: just send another email. And it's one of those things where if you're in a launch, and especially if you're seeing a lot of opens and clicks, and it's like people just it's like my registration is still a little low. Send another email. Open your cart. Extend it one more day. Send a few more emails out there. Record a video about these objections. Send it to them. They just need a nudge, right? Anybody that's on the fence, you give them a little nudge, and guess what? They push right off, and they jump right off. We don't push anyone off, but we just give them a little nudge. We stretch our hand out, and then they come our way, okay? So direct call to actions, especially if it's at the tail end of a launch or a tail end of your funnel, if it's evergreen, that there's I'm talking about live launches here, not evergreen, but you got 2 spots left. There's 10 spots left. Okay, we have 30 people already in the program. We're closing up, and we're officially closing here. We extended one more day to get you in, but now it's after today it's done. Okay, we want to get people inside of it there. Now this may also be some times where they're on the fence and they have some legitimate concerns outside of price, time, or will it work for me? And you may even need to invite to a free call if they can get a free a chat with you just to be able to talk. I've had clients tell me that I had a few calls and they just really wanted to just get on a call just to see I was real. And that was it. They were like, "Oh, I know I was going to buy. I just wanted to kind of meet you." It's like, okay, that was awesome. Well, but it's not a wasted call. It's closed. That's all. That was what was needed to close the sale. And we're talking high ticket stuff here, right? But this is what's needed to close the sale. So we want to introduce this in our content as much as we can, especially when we know people are most aware. They have the highest level of awareness. All right. Some other things that can also work here too, as well as personal invites, DMs, doing polls or just posting in your story for polls, things like that. Ready when you are messaging, if you want to do different types of retargeting ads can sometimes work really good here. Often we find the retargeting ads where you're overcoming the objection. Maybe you give them an extended payment option. These direct to action is what we really want to call them. So those are the ones that we find that work the best. But there's also other solutions too as well, where it's like, hey, just DM me. So it all depends if you want to do calls, you don't want to do calls. If it's a lower ticket, it's not super high ticket, and you're getting a lot of volume in there where you want to close some more. Sometimes a DM can work pretty good. Do like a mini chat setup where they DM you a certain word and then just automatically takes them through it, or they DM you to start a conversation and you yourself will message them back, right? Any way you want to do this. But so some of these things are the ones that really helps a lot as it comes into creating a funnel that's going to work. Okay, so anyways, I hope this has been educational for you. When I found out about the different levels of awareness, this really changed the game for me. I came across this first when I was working as a manager at a retail store, and it talked about the levels of competence, which is very similar. Unknown competence is where typically you have a new hire and they don't know nothing, right? They come with some qualifications, but in terms of your systems, your operations, they're not privy to it. So you're gonna educate them and take them to the point where they have a complete known competence and they're able to excel. Not only so much, they're actually able to train other people and things like that. They can do it with their eyes closed. Okay. So the 5 levels of awareness, again, completely unaware. They don't know they have a problem. Problem aware, they know something is wrong, but they don't know how to fix it. Solution aware, they know solutions exist, but they're unsure which is right. They're actively seeking for which is going to be the best solution for me. Now they're product aware. This is when they know you and your offer, but they're not sold yet. Okay, they're lurking, they're watching, they're an email list, they have these objections, the common objections, price, time, will this work for me? That's just blocking their decisions. And then lastly, you have most aware. They know you, they know the offer, and they're nearly ready to buy. They're dang near right there about to hit buy now. They have all their information input. They got their name, their credit card, address, everything put in there, and they're hovering over the buy now button. That's how hot these people typically are. So again, they're super hot, and they just need that little nudge. So there may be one conversation, one DM, one email, one story poll, one Instagram live, one Facebook live, one call invitation away from converting. And it's up to you to make sure that you're putting that out there, whether it's an ad or organic or anything like that. This is just all solely related to ads. I want to make sure when we talk about the 5 levels of awareness, this is going out to everybody in a sense of organic or paid. Okay. So if this has been helpful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with somebody. And with that being said, my name is Arfan. I will catch you on the next episode. Also, don't forget, if you are a coach and you're at that level to where you know there's a solution out there, and you may not be familiar with my products yet, right? You know me, I have solutions. You're trying to figure that out. And if you're spending about $2,500 a month on ads or more, or you have a one-time budget for a launch and you want to get a team that's experienced, that understands how to help coaches attract high-quality leads in their business and convert their offers, let's schedule a free 30-minute scalable ads call. This is a call where we're able to come together and you can share what your offer is with me, the messaging behind it, and we can get a crystal clear vision of exactly how to leverage Facebook ads to work with you, and I'll be able to give an action plan on how we can help you do that. All right, so schedule that call. It's www.arfanhussein.com/start. It's a 30-minute call. Click on the link. it's gonna just choose your time and date. Then there's a short form to fill out. Just kind of give me some information before we meet, and then once that's all set, we'll have a time on the calendar. We'll sit down and we'll chat about your business and see if there's a really great win-win opportunity for us to help you to increase your lead generation and increase your sales. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.